Okay, so today's July 22nd and we're heading out to Yosemite on the bus to try and get pictures of Comet Neowise over El Capitan in the evening, and we hope Half Dome in the morning. So we'll see.
So the plan was to get to the visitor center by bus, head toward Yosemite Village, and then cross the river at the swinging bridge, and then reach the 4-mile trail. From there, I'd head up to Glacier Point on the 4-mile trail, and after getting a few pictures, head to Taft Point or points short of that in order to get a picture of the Comet Neowise over El Capitan.
Here's the schedule. Here's the stop. Right across from the Kaiser Permanente Hospital, North Fresno. Okay, so I'm in Yosemite Valley. Here's the YARTS stop. Over that way is the visitor center, but it's closed right now because of the COVID-19. But I'm about to head toward this way toward Yosemite Falls and then cross the river at Yosemite Village and start the 4-mile trail up to Glacier Point. So that's the plan for today. Okay, I've hiked from the Yosemite Valley Visitor Center to the 4-mile trail, so that's the start of the trail behind me. It's 4 miles up to Glacier Point, so that's my next major destination. So I'm going up the 4-mile trail, and that in front of me there's Sentinel Point. We actually go up near it from the 4-mile trail, so I think I'm most of the way up, or at least halfway up the 4-mile trail, and I've got that ahead of me. Here's a gate on the 4-mile trail. Still going up this way. And I've come from, oh, there's Half Dome. Okay, it's the view from the 4-mile trail. I got Half Dome, Clouds Rest, Basket Dome, and North Dome above. Tenaya Canyon in between them. And down to the left is the Royal Arches. You can see from this view of the Yosemite Falls from the 4-mile trail that the lower falls and middle Cascades are now in shadow. Only the upper falls is lit by the sun. Pretty soon it'll be in shadow too. 1.6 miles to go to Glacier Point. It says 2.2 to Sentinel Dome. Then out this way, 220 feet out this way is Union Point. I'm going to go to that next.
So it turns out Union Point has railing, and when you're at the point, you can look down on Yosemite Valley and the Merced River.
Over that way is El Capitan. You can see Yosemite Falls is now in shadow except for the very top. Lost Arrow is casting a shadow, you can see it. This is 1.9 miles to Union Point. I just came from there. Valley 4.4. Dangerous to stray from trail, that's for sure. It says Yosemite Valley by a 4-mile trail 4.6. And Glacier Point is that way. Or that way from up there. So it's the first time I've ever hiked the 4-mile trail. Okay, I'm at Glacier Point and there's Half Dome. Now I'm going to head out to Taft Point, I hope. Oh, you can see my shadow in this shot. And there's North Dome and Basket Dome. Glacier Point, 0.04 miles. It's a panorama trail heading off that way, with distances showing, and then this way it says Sentinel Dome 1.5, Fishers 3.3. Yeah, that's where I'm going. I hope I can get there on time. So Sentinel Dome 1.2, Fishers 3.0, and that's the way the trail goes. It's a climb, of course, because the Glacier Point is actually the lowest part of the Glacier Point Road. And I'm still on the Pohona Trail. Pohono, and the sun is on the horizon.
So it was getting dark and I decided to set up short of Taft Point, and I ended up at a place I've never heard before, Roosevelt Point. And that's where I took these pictures. So this was my camera setup at Roosevelt Point, and here are a couple of the pictures I got. Here's the comet underneath the Big Dipper, and here's the comet above two stars. It turned out that by the time I got to Yosemite to get pictures of the comet had already moved farther from the sun and its tail was much shorter. After several hours, I headed back to Glacier Point to watch the sunrise.
And I'm heading out now. This is the adventure of trying to find a comet, the Comet Neowise, over Yosemite Valley, specifically El Capitan. That didn't work out. And I also wanted to get the comet over here by Half Dome, and that didn't work out. The horizon, as you can see, is already too bright, and the comet hasn't risen yet. So it's part of the 4-mile trail with a lot of switchbacks. I'm on one already, and the switched back, and then here's one below me. Switches back that way. And there's one below that one. Switches back this way. So, and then above me, I just came a switchback directions. So a lot of switchbacks on this trail. Okay, here's the stream crossing we've been to before, which in the winter could have a big snowdrift and prevent you from continuing further on the trail. But there's a good view of El Capitan from here.
During my hike, I had my GPS unit recording my coordinates as I moved. So here's the trace of my visiting from Yosemite Village at the top to Roosevelt Point at the bottom. So I didn't sleep the night that I was in Yosemite, but I did at a picnic area the next morning and on the bus. Even though I didn't get the pictures I planned on, a trip to Yosemite is always worth it.